No intro, let's just jump straight into it. In last night's video, we talked about how I believe, and I showed you facts and evidence, that Caleb Williams is going to team back up with Lincoln Riley in USC. I didn't plan on making this video up until I saw some of the things I saw today, and it is beyond interesting, and there's so many things we got to talk about and dive into. Oh yeah, real quick, I forgot to mention, in yesterday's video, I did mess up. I was talking about how Caleb Williams is from Washington on the West Coast. Some of y'all were flaming me. Look, I understand I messed up. I didn't mean to say that. I meant Washington, D.C. I made 3 or 4 videos yesterday. I got tired, but I do want to say I appreciate you guys holding me accountable. I wanted to apologize for that. I hope you guys understand. Sorry once again. Let's get back on with the video. I mean this 100%. To say what's going on is interesting would be an understatement. Coming from a viewer aspect, what makes this 10 times better, it's not just dealing with Caleb Williams, it's a domino effect. The decisions that have happened in the past 24 hours have affected Oklahoma players. We got some leaving we got to talk about. Caleb still doesn't know where he wants to go, and many more. We have a ton of stuff to dive into. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do like football or sports content, mainly been talking about football lately, consider hitting that subscribe button. It means so much to me. And now without further ado, let's get into it. I'm not going to bore you. If you don't live under a rock, you would obviously know that Caleb Williams has not transferred, but he's entered the transfer portal. Therefore, he's more than likely leaving Oklahoma. Oh man, I hate to break it to Oklahoma fans, but it applies to any college. Anytime you lose a big time quarterback, you're also going to lose some other players. Oh, what do you know? Speaking of losing players, your freshman wide receiver, who was a first team all freshman, had almost 400 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. He's also entered the portal as of a couple of hours ago. He actually came out with a public statement and said, "I don't know what Caleb Williams is going to do, but I do know I want him to be my quarterback." That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what I would like to call the side effects from losing the main piece. Am I saying there's going to be 4, 5, maybe even 6 more players leave because of Caleb? No. Here's what I am saying. The worst hasn't even happened, and it's all just starting. If you don't want to believe me, I don't want to dive too into detail with it. I got a great long video coming out maybe next week about all this nonsense. You are still seeing the side effects from losing Lincoln Riley. Sit back and think about it. If Lincoln Riley never leaves in the first place, more than likely, none of this is going on. Like I said, I got an entirely different video dedicated to that one topic. Stay tuned for that. To go along with that, a fan favorite for Oklahoma fans, and I do got to give them credit. They have one of the top fan bases on Twitter, in real life, or anywhere. He tweeted out, Caleb Kelly, "To be honest, 2021 taught me to have 0 expectations." I wonder what he's talking about. No, I'm just playing. He's talking about Mr. Caleb Williams. Is he throwing shade at Caleb? No, I think more of what he's saying is he's gone through, and the entire Oklahoma program has gone through so much in the past 2 or 3 months, he's not shocked. And now here's where the juiciest part and the most intriguing part about this entire situation comes to life. Carl Williams, who is the father of Caleb Williams, has came out and said his son, quote unquote, doesn't have a destination picked out. He's wide open. Williams stressed that preparing his son to be an NFL quarterback is going to be the most important factor. He also added what, in my opinion, is the most important part about all of this, quote unquote, professional development. We want Caleb to be ready to play when he becomes a pro. You go to college to get prepared for your career. His chosen career path is professional football. We want him to be prepared for when that time comes. What does that tell us? What is Caleb's dad telling us? To me, it's clear and it's obvious. He wants his son to go to, and Caleb wants to go to, a college with a coach who's quarterback friendly and gets his quarterbacks to the NFL, and they're ready when they get to the NFL. I wonder who that could be. Maybe Lincoln Riley? Question mark. With all the new information coming out, it leads me to believe Lincoln Riley is not the only guy in the mix of things. Who else is good at developing quarterbacks and needs a new one next year? Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. The Lane Kiffin one isn't a popular rumor quite yet, and I'm not too sure why it's not. I think Caleb Williams would be more than up for the challenge in the SEC, and we'll touch on this in just a second. There is so many Auburn rumors going around because guess what just happened? Caleb just followed Tank Bigsby on Instagram. Do I think it's a major and big deal? No, but everyone else on Twitter is freaking out. I hate to break it to Auburn fans, I really do. You're not getting Caleb Williams. There's almost a 0% chance. As to why he followed him on Instagram, it could be many things. It doesn't mean he's going to Auburn. Maybe they've been talking and he just hit him with a follow. Maybe they're thinking about teaming up in the future. Or just like I said, they're just trying to be friends. I would take the whole following Tank on Instagram with a grain of salt. You can do what you want with that information. When I was breaking it down a little more and trying to figure out which place would be a actual decent fit, I'm almost thinking, yo, why wouldn't Clemson be in the mix of everything? I don't think he would go to Clemson. At the same time, I also don't see why they wouldn't be in the conversation. Dabo Swinney isn't a quarterback genius. You know what? Scratch that. He's not going to Clemson. I don't know why I brought them up. Another SEC school I'm sure you guys have heard the rumors about is Georgia, and those rumors have died down tremendously considering Kirby Smart. If you know, you know. A different rumor that is coming to life is LSU. That one, let me know how you feel about it. Trying to imagine Caleb in an LSU jersey playing in the toughest conference and toughest division in the country, it doesn't make sense. And I know what you're probably saying, well, Matt, Ole Miss, they're in that same division in the same conference, but they have Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is more quarterback friendly than Brian Kelly. It really seems like it appears almost every school in the country that's good at football is in line for Caleb, and they have a legit shot. The only team I haven't talked about is Oregon. I just don't understand his logic and why people in the first place think he would go there, considering they got Bo Nix. The last thing he wants to do is go to Oregon and get in yet again another quarterback competition. And I'm not saying it would be a competition. I'm sure he'd win it out. But you know the coaching staff, they'd open it up for a fair battle. Whereas if he goes to LSU, USC, Ole Miss, Clemson, for example, it wouldn't be much of a battle. He'd get the job. Definitely something to keep your eye on. He did say he's going to relax and go on vacation, so I don't expect a decision within the next 7 to 8 days. Whoa, hold on. As to when I'm filming and making this video, Bob Stoops has came out with his own statement about Caleb Williams. Check it out. Referring to him entering the portal and their chances of landing him back, he has said, quote unquote, as long as we have the chance to be in the discussion, I feel confident we'll put our best foot forward and have an opportunity to have Caleb continue with us. I'm not too sure why he's throwing us in there like he's going to be the head coach. Bob Stoops, you was great when you was coaching, but your run is over, my guy. You was the coach for the bowl game. This is now Brent Venables' team and Brent Venables' squad. I mean that with all due respect. It doesn't matter if you and Caleb have a great relationship. His new relationship has to be with Venables. I guess since I brought it up, I'll speak more into that. Venables is more of a defensive-minded coach. We all know that. So I guess when you go to that and break it down even more, it doesn't make sense for Williams to stay at Oklahoma. If he wants to play for an offensive-minded and quarterback coach, Venables isn't the guy. Like I said, that's breaking news. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. I'm sure we'll hear something in a couple of weeks. I don't think a month would go by without hearing anything. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's pretty much all I got to say. I covered all the interesting points. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, let's be great. Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We're on the road to 1 milli. And we can't get there without your help. And yeah, I'm out, y'all. Peace.